Safety officer, question and answer. Question: General safety precautions in construction. Adequate first aid equipment should be kept ready. Adequate firefighting equipment should be available. All general electrical rules should be followed. Suitable lighting arrangements should be necessary during night work. Men working at height should wear safety belts. Workmen handling cement should be provided with goggles, rubber gloves, and rubber boots by nose mask. The moving parts of grinding machines used construction site should be covered with guards. The moving parts of grinding machines used construction site should be covered with guards. Excavated material should not be kept near the excavated area. Very short duration of work red flags must be hoisted and more duration red banners must be stretched. Defective tools should not be used. The worker should not carry tools in his hands when climbing a ladder. Excavation should be guarded by suitable fencing. Question: How to erect scaffolding? It should be erected on levels firm ground. It erected by trained and skilled person. It is constructed using metal pipes and wooden boards. It should be designed and constructed from good and sound material. Not to be erected on loose earth. Clamps should fixed. Properly bracing. Sole plate is necessary the base of vertical pipe. Question: Safety precaution of scaffold. Wooden board not be painted. Wooden board should not to any cracks. Check for rust in pipes and clamps. Clamps should fixed and good quality. Board's thickness should be 3.4 centimeters and no bending. The construction must be rigid, properly based. Use of good and sound materials. The wooden bellies has not joints. Vertical poles should not be more than 6 feet. Chains, ropes used for the suspension of scaffolding. Never throw any materials from height. Use safety harness while working at above 6 feet. Properly ties to be arrangement. Question: What control measures are necessary in confined space? Enter with airline breathing apparatus sets. Use 24V flame-proof hand lamps. A standby man to be kept near manhole. Keep firefighting equipment ready. Gas test to be done to check for oxygen level. Provide blowers. Don't smoke in confined space. Use ropes and harness. The space is clean before entry. Use non-sparking tools if there is any risk of flammable vapors being present. Question: Safety rules when using ladders. The footwear is not greasy, oily and muddy and has a good grip on the rungs. When climbing or coming down a ladder should be face the ladder side and head on with both hand. Carry light tools in pockets in a shoulder bag. Hold on with at least new hand if use of both hands, then use safety belt. Never climb higher than the third rung from the top on straight or second tired from the top on extension ladder. Step ladder must be fully open and the divider locked. Metal ladder shall not be used near electrical equipments. Metal ladder shall not be placed on firm footing and at angle of 75. Any ladder found defect in any way should be marked do not use. Ladder shall not be placed on a box or drum. Rubber protection on head and heel of a ladder is necessary. Question: Safety rules ensuring oxygen cylinders. Oxygen cylinders should not be kept near combustible materials. Oxygen cylinders should not be handled with grassy hands or gloves. Oxygen cylinders and their fittings should not be tested with oil-based soap solution. Oxygen cylinders and other combustible gas cylinders should not be stored together. The top cover of the cylinder should be kept in position and screwed safely when not in use. Cylinders should not be used as rollers for moving materials. Oxygen must not be used for ventilating confined spaces. Question: Safety rules in using compressed air? Only authorized persons should use compressed air. The body or clothes should not be cleaned with compressed air. Compressed air hosepipes should not be placed across passageways. Leakage of compressed air should not be tested with hands. While working with tools run by compressed air, safety shoes are to be used. The tools should not be kept on position when not in use. Handling of compressed gas cylinders. They are not to be dragged or dropped. They should be stored in dry and well-ventilated places. Chins and slings should not be used for lifting cylinders. The caps of the cylinders should not be removed when they are not the use. Cylinders should not be stored near hot sources. Acetylene cylinders should not be stored horizontally. Empty cylinders and fully cylinders should be stored separately. Leakage cylinders removed to open space and release the gas without getting ignited. Question: What factors should be considered for storage of gas cylinders? Cylinders should be stored in a safe, dry and well-ventilated store. The standing cylinders should be secured properly, avoid falling. Flammable gas shall be stored at least 50 feet away from another building. Oxygen cylinder shall never be stored. Necessary flammable gas cylinder. Empty cylinder shall be identified by marking with a chalk, empty, and checked for damage before returning to suppliers. Cylinders should not be kept as supports. Question: Give a brief note about crane and LE. Only authorized and competent person should operate cranes. The correct sling must be used for the load to be lifts. Lifting equipment must be certified from competent authority and mark with its SWL. Never be used for loads excess of its SWL. Cables and slings must be padded when passing over sharp edges of equipments. Check the condition of the ground before parking the crane and use outriggers. All moving parts must be guarded. Uncertified chains, ropes, slings and hooks should not be used. All slings to be inspected by third-party inspectors. Never stand or work under a suspended load. Place the outriggers on firm ground. Guide ropes shall be used to control swing of lifted material. Never operate the crane at the time of speedwing. Lifting over live equipment should not be encouraged. The crane should undergo periodical maintenance as per manufacture. Question: Give brief note about forklift truck. Check brakes, lift tilt and tires. Check the stability of load before moving it. Never leave your forklift truck unattended with motor running. Never park forklift truck on passageway. Never drive with wet or greasy hands. Always drive with a safe speed and slow down at turning point. When driving without load, forks about 6 inches above the floor or ground. Never operate trunk in gaseous area. Never carry a load so high that you cannot head, if necessary operate truck in reverse. Avoid carrying loose materials on forks. Never allow anyone to go under elevated loads. Warn other employees to stand clear when staking or removing materials. Exhaust pipe should have flame arrestor. Fork should be lowered to the floor when the truck is unattended. Stay alert all times. Question: give a brief about grinding. Proper wheel shall be used as per the grinding MCS specification. All the grinding MCS shall be used with wheel guard. Grinding cables shall not mingle with welding cables. All the cables shall be protected from damage. Provide face shield with safety helmet. Never use fracture wheel. Excessive tightening of maintaining is dangerous. All guards should be in position before the machine operated. The speed of the grinding should match in the speeds of the grinding machines. Only skilled person should be handling this work. Testing of wheel is necessary. Question: describe about vehicles and plants. All vehicles requiring security vehicles pass. All drivers should have valid driving license. Drivers should not use forklift trucks for carrying passengers. All traffic regulations and speed limit should be strictly followed inside the plant area. All vehicles area in a roadworthy condition. Vehicles parking in the operation area must always unlocked with an ignition key in position. Question: what are the precaution of excavation? Excavation area should be suitable barricade. Put signboards, lights and flags. Avoid heavy vehicle coming near the sides. PPE like helmet, safety shoes should be used. Keep the excavated soil at least 5 feet distance. Excavated sides should be sloped back to a safe angle. Hand excavation should be done at the presence of UG pipes or cables place. Cutting shall be done from top to bottom. All narrow trenches 4 feet or more deep shall be supplied at least one ladder. While excavating on the slope whose height is over 10 feet, men should use safety belts. Question: what are advantages of JSA? Job safety analysis. It helps to identify hazards and prevent accident. It helps to establish safe work method, working conditions, and suitable plant safety rules. It helps to assess the safety training for heading can be used for JSA. It helps to inspection the plant.